Good Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to GardenStateWeather.com and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith, and this is the second day of August already, 2016, and this summer is just rolling on, but we've got better weather ahead. What a washout weekend for most activities, including the Balloon Festival in New Jersey and so many other events that were anticipated to go off without a hitch, but the rain and thunderstorms just promoted the non-existent of a lot of those activities to occur over the weekend. The good news is that we've got better weather ahead. Lots of low clouds still around the region this morning, but there is signs, even on the visible satellite this morning, of drying that is occurring as high pressure is trying to build in from our north and west, and we can see the subsidence with the blacks and reds here on the water vapor channel in the mid and upper layers of the atmosphere trying to work their way down into the surface, and there's just a little bit of convection left over this morning, and that is spinning out over southern New England's area this morning, and there are some light rain showers across the northern reaches of the Poconos and portions of southeastern New York this morning, but they seem to also be dying out. Most of the region will remain precipitation free for today with improving weather conditions. What's left over of the convection over southern New England early this morning, where a few showers and thunderstorms are racing and pinwheeling basically across the region into southern Connecticut this morning. Lots of low clouds still around northern New Jersey, the lower Hudson River Valley area, Connecticut. But notice we are seeing breaks in the clouds specifically towards our north and west and entering into western New Jersey this morning, and those conditions will continue to improve throughout the next several hours, and this rainfall will be out of here. We don't have any watches, warnings, or advisories, and that's good news for a change. For the New Jersey, Delaware, New York, and Long Island surf zone areas for today, Tuesday, August 2nd. For New Jersey, partly sunny. There is a chance of showers early this morning, otherwise not expecting any for this afternoon. High temperatures will be in the upper 70s. Beach winds out of the northeast at about 15 miles an hour. The surf at about 3 feet. Ultraviolet index will be moderate or high at 7. And there is a moderate risk of rip currents today, so you never want to swim alone. There's a low threat of lightning for today. High tide cycles already passing early this morning. Low tide cycles begin after 1 this afternoon. For the New York and Long Island beaches, rip current risk again moderate for today. Lightning risk none. Surf around 3 feet. Ultraviolet index about 7. Water temperatures are in the low 70s. And a partly sunny sky for today. A slight chance of showers until about 2 o'clock and then improving after that. Max temperatures around 78. The winds out of the east. Onshore at around 10 miles per hour. And if you're still hacking and wheezing, it's not really necessarily the grass, the nettle, or the plantain. It's mainly the mold spores, which are on the high side and will continue to be high for the next several days. And it's been a persistent summer of rainfall here and there, and mold and grasses and just about everything else propagating into the atmosphere just about at 6 feet where you stand, and obviously that means the pollen counts will continue to be on the medium side through the rest of the week. In the tropics this morning, we continue to monitor this disturbance here in the Central Caribbean Sea, located about 150 miles to the southwest of Kingston, Jamaica. It continues to move off to the west at about 20 miles per hour. Recent satellite data indicate that the system is producing winds of about 45 miles per hour, but this is still a lack of cloud surface circulation or closed surface circulation. Environmental conditions still be conducive for additional development as the wave is likely to form later today. An Air Force reconnaissance aircraft scheduled to investigate this system during this morning, and we'll have updates on that on Facebook. Regardless of the development, locally heavy rain, gusty winds, perhaps a tropical storm force will continue over portions of Jamaica this morning and reach the Cayman Islands later today. Interest in these areas and elsewhere in the Western Caribbean should continue to monitor the progress of this disturbance. And right now, the latest formation chance over the next 48 hours is high at about 80%, and chances of this becoming a named storm is about 90% over the next few days. On the aviation weather deck today, we do have some MVFR and IFR for a while this morning before improving to VFR everywhere. There's a chance of a local limited IFR sealing early, and then some fog should occur, but most of that is not being even reported this hour. And right now, a few showers or an afternoon thunderstorm will be around, and this will tend to shift south and west through the afternoon. The coverage looks to be isolated and perhaps scattered in nature. Therefore, Only a slight mention in the terminal sites for today. Light winds starting off out of the northeast and east at about 10 knots, becoming locally onshore at southeast later this afternoon. Tonight, VFR overall ceiling should be thinning out some. Any shower or thunder should end virtually everywhere south and west of our region. Southeast to northeast winds veering around at 5 to 10 early, then becoming light and variable in many terminals. Wednesday night through Friday, mostly VFR conditions. Saturday, a chance of MVFR or IFR in showers and thunderstorms with it. That will be our next chance of precipitation around here. Right now, outside of Newark Airport, we'll pull this up. 72, dew point still muggy at 64, humidity 78%. The wind is onshore northeast at 6, fair skies, a few clouds at 2,000, 3,200, and overcast at 7,500 this morning. Broken to scattered clouds and improving conditions to VFR during the rest of today. For Philadelphia right now, it's muggy, 73, dew point 70, humidity 89%. The wind is onshore northeast at 6, a few clouds at 2,000, 3,000, 4,600 overcast, and the story will be the thinning clouds and improving VFR conditions for the rest of today. Surface analysis and forecast charts going into the future from the Weather Prediction Center. Here's our high building in across New England and the Great Lakes, providing an onshore flow. This front now settling further to the south with these waves of low pressure moving south along it, but out of our forecast zones. Again, a little bit of instability today with an upper trough swinging through. There could be an isolated to scattered shower around the region. Most areas will remain dry, and that's good news as high pressure continues to build into the forecast region. As we get into the afternoon on Tuesday into Wednesday, high pressure will be in control with an onshore flow, and it's going to brighten up our skies and appreciably be nice weather until we get into Friday, and that's the next chance of showers as this cold front makes its way into the region. High pressure will be giving way to that cold front as it makes its way with a prefrontal trough on Saturday morning, and that could initiate some showers and thunderstorms, but this will move through rather quickly, and it looks like it's going to drop south and east of the area with more high pressure beginning to build into the forecast region on Sunday, and hopefully keeping our weather very nice and calm for the beginning part of next week. Start the forecast maps up on a good note this morning. We'll start off with the HRR simulated brightness temperature, the infrared imagery this morning. And as we move in through the afternoon, just some cumulus clouds with the sunshine during the afternoon. Most areas are really going to be spectacular outside, and there'll just be an outlier shower about. Most areas will remain dry. An HRR model continues to show that area of disturbed weather heading off the New England coast. Dry conditions for most regions. Maybe an isolated west-based area of shower and thunderstorm here pop up in the afternoon. Most areas away from our region. This would be induced by the heating of the mountain chains here in the Poconos and parts of southeastern New York, but most areas will not receive much precipitation, just basically a light shower. Most areas in our forecast zones remain dry. Switching on over to the NAM, again, a few showers about the region, not out of the question, especially north and west of the region. Most areas, again, remain dry, not to worry. We're not going to have any big gully gushers like we had over the last several days. And then that onshore flow, we can see the flow here pattern with high pressure anchoring itself over southern New England. It's going to be bringing a marine air mass in place, so the conditions will be much more stable and less conducive for lifting and rainfall, and that's why we're expecting more sunshine rather than rainfall across the region as we head into Thursday. We're going to start heating things up a little bit day by day, but we should be comfortable over the next several days compared to where we've been. And we wait for Friday afternoon and Friday evening as this cold front crosses the Great Lakes in southeastern New York, associated with a disturbed area of weather here in the polar jet, and this will be approaching our region on Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon. Extrapolating this out on the GFS, here comes the cold front on Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon, touching off some shower and thunderstorm activity across the region. The only area of appreciable water that we're going to get with this cold front on Saturday afternoon and Saturday night before it slips to the south and east, and then more high pressure begins to build into the forecast region for the early part of next week. Model output statistics, 7-day temperature forecast. Nothing really sticks out, no heat waves here. The warmest day obviously on Saturday. Today and tomorrow temperatures in the 80s. Cooler right along the shorelines now as we have an onshore flow to be expected, even though the water temperatures are still mild. They're in the mid to the upper 70s. So good swimming weather if you're going to be out there, but be safe. Never swim alone, obviously. Friday, temperatures warm up into the mid and upper 80s. Many urban areas, even the coast, could get temperatures in the mid 80s. Saturday seems to be the warmest day with a southwest to west flow down downsloping the mountains. Temperatures upper 80s, possibly close to 90 degrees in some of the urban locations. And then when that cold front comes through, we cool it back into the 80s again as we head into Sunday and as well on Monday. So if this is the week that you're on vacation, well, guess what? You got lucky. For everything live, it's GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. You have a great Tuesday. We'll be back in video form on Wednesday morning.